Hi lovelies and welcome to the Witch's Cookery. I am shocked upon your behavior. The other day I hopped on YouTube and I asked you all, are you making the most of the season? Are you enjoying all this summer merits? Or are you already secretly lusting after fantasies of fallen leaves and misty streets, cooler weather and pumpkin spice? The answer was shocking. 80% are already anticipating fall. And we have not even celebrated Lughnasadh yet. I will not allow this. So I figured you all are in need for a completely magical Lughnasadh bucket list that will truly teach you to live in the moment and show you what August has to offer. We will even turn all those pesky nuisances that summer brings with it, heat, sweat, mosquitoes, trouble sleeping at night, and many more, into incredible opportunities for spellcraft, summer magic, and wholesome enjoyment. So if you are a little summer Grinch, get your little calendar out, fetch a pen, and schedule one magical activity for every day. And I'll promise you, when Mabon rolls around in 6 weeks, you will feel like you really made the most of it. And you upped your magic and mundane witchcraft game at the same time. Nuisance and magical opportunity number 1. You're laying in bed, it's just like hot in the room, it's stuffy, sweat running down your body, your mattress getting all soaked. You toss, you turn, you're already naked, there's nothing else to take off. You keep waking up throughout the night. Well, research actually shows that if you sleep poorly and you wake up a lot, you will dream much more vividly. The chances of you remembering your dreams will also increase. And if you look at dreams from a witchcraft perspective, we can actually use them for many different things. You could start a dream journal. Oftentimes our brain processes what we go through during the day in our dreams, meaning that they are a great tool to tap into our subconscious, into our intuition. That's also the reason why a lot of people believe that dreams can be prophetic in nature and even regard them as messages from spirit or oracle. So if you have one of those sweaty nights, start a little dream journal, write it down, and then look at it in the morning and see if you can decipher something. Or maybe you always wanted to lucid dream, basically be able to control your dream. With short sleep cycles, that is also possible. Thank you, summer heat. But since there is a bit more of technique and science that need to go into lucid dreaming, I will actually make a video on that very soon. And this is your friendly reminder to subscribe if you aren't yet. Welcome to the coven! And while we're at the topic of the weather being hot, well, one of the quickest and environmentally friendly ways to battle the heat is probably to just take off your clothes. Big perk in summer might have to do with the fact that I'm German and we love our FKK. But if you haven't tried yet, I promise you, being loose of your clothing actually has something very freeing. If you have the privacy of your own garden, why not try doing a ritual skyclad? I know. It's the stereotype of the witches dancing naked around a bonfire. But to be honest, it feels great. Maybe you have a lake, the river, or the sea close by, and you can go there very early in the morning before all the muggles arrive. Skinny dipping, just the feeling of being all natural. It really makes you feel one with nature. Really no surprise that I always got pregnant during the warmer month. Just feeling a bit more frisky under the summer sun. But if the thought of that makes you uncomfortable, I have a low-key version of this. Now is also the time to wear like all sorts of flip-flops, open shoes, sandals, things where you can easily slip in and out without necessarily wearing socks. And this gives you a great opportunity to ground by earthing, by walking barefoot. And you can do that throughout the day, even if you're a city dweller, if you go to the park and quickly take off your shoes to walk over the lawn. In some, I feel that's considered pretty normal and no one will look at you weird, but it has so many health benefits. Other than the spiritual aspect of feeling one with the earth, grounding yourself, centering yourself, it also is proven to lower your blood pressure, help with oxygen intake, de-stresses your body. It's like a little pit stop. Recharge, energize. And yeah, while we have that glowing gas ball up there in the air burning down on us, we can also use that for magical purposes. Every witch can charge items under the full moon, and yes, I get it, it's all like enchanting and such. But why not use this solar power to charge up your item, especially for the correspondences that it typically has? Energy, power, strength, dominance, destruction, but also things as happiness, fertility, and life. Lay your things out with intention on a hot summer's day and let the sun get that good energy in. And of course, why not also charge yourself with vitamin D? If you are a little summer curmudgeon and you're now sitting in your dwelling with all the like blinds closed and the AC blowing at like full speed, hiding your pale skin from the sunlight like you're one of the Cullen clan. I have a little task for you. Yes, you get up, get out, 5 minutes, stand in the sun, close your eyes, focus on your breath, and just imagine that sunlight entering your chest, your head. I promise you, you will feel so happy and energized after that. Go and try it now, but come back when you're done, okay? Because I'm not done. Also, I know, autumn and fall, all great, but like, especially if you live with seasons, now remember winter for a second, right? You're going to work, it's dark outside, then you're at work, basically this is where all the sun hours happen, and then you come home and the day has already passed, there is no sunlight left. Sad, right? And yes, you'll be bitching about wanting summer back when that time arrives. And so will I. So will I. Make the most out of it now. Sunrise and sunset are now happening way before or after your workday. Set your alarm a little bit early, get out, enjoy the solitude, do some meditation, do some yoga, worship the sun gods, whatever floats your boat. Doing a little mindful activity like that can really energize your day or give you something to look forward to for when you return from work. Another very common summer nuisance, people on Instagram and the incessive holiday picture posting. Especially if you are staying home. Ugh, the jealousy, the FOMO. But luckily, we are witches, so we can travel everywhere in our minds. All we need to do is pop in some headphones, find a good visualization, and we can travel literally everywhere. And let's be honest, YouTube is great, but it'd be so annoying when they hit you with that advertisement just when you want to relax. And if you feel you want to go on a little holiday in your mind, I recommend you an amazing app. It's called Aura. It's very personalized according to your needs and desires, and you can kind of picture it like a Spotify for your mental health and spiritual needs. Next to meditation being so beneficial to your overall physical, emotional, and mental health, it is also kind of a cornerstone for a lot of spell work. Visualizations are key in most manifestation techniques. It's an all-in-one app where you can find meditations, visualizations, breath work, life coaching, and if you're interested in trying it, I do have a lovely link for you down in the description box that gives you a 7-day free trial and then 25% off for the first 500 people to click that. Let me know where you're going to travel to in your mind. But should you be one of those very lucky and annoying folks on Instagram that do get to go away, am I the opportunities? See witchcraft, cleanse from negative energy in the salt water, write wishes in the sand and let them wash away, thanking the spirits of the land by collecting some trash, saving the sea turtles while getting your summer body on. Even if you're not at the beach, trust me, there's enough trash to go around. You can find it literally everywhere in summer where people do their little fires, barbecues, camp, go there, clean up, sit a while, commune with the spirit of the land, and maybe they bless you with good fortunes in return. Speaking of Lughnasadh, traditionally it was celebrated on top of hills. So if you're vacationing in the mountains, get your hiking boots on, get up that hill, enjoy the solitude on top, enjoy the magic of the feeling that with every step you take higher and higher, your problems and worries seem to grow smaller and smaller until you're at the top and you just feel part of something bigger than yourself. Speaking of spirit of the land or history of the land, even if you're not going anywhere, you can take the time to get to know your area better. Find places of power, meaning just places out in nature or even in your city that feel special to you, that maybe carry a special history, just elicit a certain feeling. Spots that can become a space of healing or ritual for you. You can research historic landmarks, you can read up on folklore, pack a little picnic basket and venture there, and don't forget to wear your SPF while you do so. You could wear a cute little summer hat. I feel like everyone can be a witch when spooky season rolls around, but why not find yourself a magical little witch hat for summer? Personally, I like straw options. They don't have to look witchy or stereotypical, and you can still use them for spiritual purposes too. Veiling, glamour magic, or plain old protection from the sun. Mosquitoes, wasps, hornets, ugh, make it so annoying to sit outside when it's warm out. But luckily, there's a great invention, mosquito nets. Not only are they super functional, but they can also really transform a part of your balcony or garden into a most magical little fairy den. String up some twinkle lights, maybe you want to set up an outdoor garden altar, and now you've created this amazing spot where you can enjoy those warm nights looking at the fireflies from a safe distance. Hear the faint twinkling of the wind chimes moving in a slight breeze, and feel like you're in one of those aesthetic soundscape witchy garden shed videos. Stingy insects are not the only things that are flying this time of year. If you're really craving autumn vibes, how about going on a little night stroll and watching out for bats? They're now flying everywhere before they go into hibernation when it gets too cold. Depending on the climate where you live, you can also take a torch. Please don't cause a forest fire. Go down by the lake, see some dragonflies, listen to the croaking of the toads. Magic. And what's more magical than sleeping underneath the stars? Maybe you do a little camping somewhere in the wild on a full moon night, make a bonfire, take out your phone, look up an app that tells you more about the stars and their constellations, or charge yourself under the moonlight. Or if you don't need nature quite that close up, how about spending it under the aforementioned mosquito net on your balcony, very close to the safety of your home, should you decide that you stargazed enough and kind of want your own bed anyway. And yeah, might not necessarily be super comfortable or practical, but I promise you, childlike wonder and actually some adventure and excitement from this. We look at the celebration of Lughnasadh or Lammas or all the other harvest festivals that happen in different cultures this time of year. It is clear what this festival is about. We are now bringing in the first harvest that will sustain us over the winter, or so it was in former times. Naturally, a lot of lore, traditions and folk witchcraft this time of year revolve around that topic. Get to know the harvest items in your area. If you have your garden, you can celebrate making a huge spread with all the goodies. You get to harvest now zucchini, tomatoes, cucumbers, visit a farmer's market and see what is available fresh from your region. Or take a little trip to a berry farm, spend the day there and then get baking in the kitchen. Or you could also preserve the choice of summer through some kitchen witchery, making jams, stir in some intention and some magical ingredients so you can call back on that summer sun energy during the colder month. Personally, I love to cook outside in summer over an open fire. It doesn't matter if it's s'mores or twist bread, something in my cute little cauldron, thinking about the abundance theme, maybe make a little hobbit feast that will last late into the summer night. For that, obviously, we also need bread. One of the food items very much related to the holiday. Lammas, the Christian name of Lughnasadh, is also the time where the bread of the first harvest is baked and brought to be blessed, as it's now the harvest of the grain. And I have so many recipes on my channel and all the videos are gonna link them below. Wheat stock baguette, a colorful garden focaccia, lavender and honey beehive bread, or overnight breakfast buns ready for your sunrise adventure. Can also bring in some magic with some summer fruit divination. Famously, cherries and peaches are used for your oracles around love and relationships. Or if the pull of the spooky season is already very strong for you, you might also enjoy reading up on all the darker folklore around harvest demons. In last year's Lughnasadh vlog, I told you more about the Kornmumme, but we won't forget about the Roggenwolf and the Bilsenschnitte. Horrible creatures that haunt the fields and will do the most gruesome things to anyone walking a field at midday. And of course, summer also has the little opportunities to breathe when a mighty summer storm blows over the country and you can sit inside and listen to the rain pour down, or enjoy walking in a warm summer rain, feeling the cooling asphalt underneath your feet and breathing in that petrichlor. Magical opportunity, collect water, summer storm water, see what correspondences come up for you. Seawater, maybe for cleansing. In general, when the weather is inviting, it's also a good time to collect literally anything for your practice outdoors. If you're herbalists, get out and get those last herbs in. In Germany, we now have the Frauendreißiger, a very important time to collect those traditional healing and magical herbs for the winter. And even if you're just a lover of the witchy aesthetic, get out of the city, see what wildflowers you can find, make them into cute little bundles and dry them and just hang them somewhere in your home where they bring in happiness for you. If you're a little Ravenclaw, you can look up which days are perfect for what type of the plant or what moon phase you would want to wait for, what days traditionally in your folk belief make sense to gather them. But we don't have to overcomplicate things. We can also just wing our witchcraft. It's also fine. If you need a little break from the summer heat and you just really want to spend some time inside, how about making some magical crafts, wreaths out of whatever you can can find outside, seashell chimes, corn dollies, or update your Lughnasadh altar. And think about what items really speak to you during that season and what energies of this holiday you want to honor. I always feel that summer seems more exhausting to a lot of people because it's also a season that is much more outgoing and it requires a lot more extroverted energy. You're supposed to leave the house more, there are more gatherings, people are more chatty than during winter where typically everyone kind of hibernates. But that obviously also has benefits because there is a ton of festivals going on. And I always feel like the witchcraft scene and fantasy fairy Ren fair scene has very big overlap. So if you're into that, look up where there are like Renaissance medieval festivals happening at the moment. Listen to some pagan metal, folk rock, acoustic tralala. Get dressed up in a cute witchy fantasy outfit. Take your potions or just do like a card or tarot read for the people there and make new like-minded friends. And if Ren fair isn't really your thing, around summertime there's usually a ton of retreats going on, if that's now yoga, spirituality or witchcraft. By the way, if you want to join one of my witchcraft retreats, there's already the spots open for next year, Beltane, Midsummer and Samhain. My website with all the information is linked down below. You might also be able to find way more in-person full moon gatherings or workshops relating to herbalism. And if you're one of the unlucky ones that have nothing magical happening in the area, you can always host your own gatherings. Big benefit of summer, don't have to do it at your house, you can also do it outside, which already takes away the entire stress of making sure your hall looks semi-decent for people to come over. And you might say now, but I don't have witchy friends. That doesn't matter. Just invite your other people in your area. I'm pretty sure that everyone enjoys a lovely little bonfire, maybe roasting some marshmallows while gazing at the stars and maybe learning how to do tarot or doing some sort of lovely herb DIY. I'll actually let you know how that goes because I'm hosting something like that in 2 weeks for my muggle friends. If you're hosting, that also gives you the opportunity to create some little potions. Summer really calls for creative refreshments and you can make your day more magical by trying to create a summer drink that with its ingredients corresponds to what you want to call in for the day. If that is now in your iced coffee beverage or in a lovely little cocktail for the evening, or again utilizing the thing upstairs, making sun tea. And while it's very important to hydrate yourself enough during summer, personally I always feel less hungry, which could also lead you to a more spiritual exploration of the topic. A lot of religions or spiritualities believe that fasting can actually help you get more in contact with your body, with your mind, with your inner self, or with a higher being or a higher purpose. So giving that a try as long as you drink enough might also be a fun summer activity. Getting back to the Celtic celebration of Lughnasadh, Lugh is a person from Irish mythology and is also correspondent to the pan-Celtic god Lugos, and in his honor there were competitions held about sporting, about literature, horse racing, storytelling. So if you like, you could honor that too by getting into a competition with yourself. Look at the things that you want to accelerate in your life, that you want to get better in, and give yourself some little challenges. If you want to read more, try to read X amount of books in a week. If you want to get into shape, try and walk or run a little bit further every day. Or if you want to boost your witchcraft experience, give yourself one of these activities to do every day. But we also really don't want to forget about the most important of them all. Summer is also a time to rest, to recharge, to give your mind and body a break. So be lazy, but make it magical. Could set up a hammock in your garden or just somewhere where you find 2 random trees. Lay in there, close your eyes, listen to all the birds and everything around you and feel like being hugged by Mother Nature. Allow yourself to take a nap. When was the last time you napped? Lay by the sea, let the waves wash away your worries, and also read books. Take out your reading list. Maybe there are even some witchy books on there that you would want to recommend to all the other viewers here for their summer reading list. Share those in the comments. And I do hope this gave you some more ideas on really making the most out of the season. I promise you, the wet, the cold and the orange will come soon enough. I'm also secretly excited for it. But I still have a lot of summer plans before that can happen. Alright lovelies, I'm off to roast some marshmallows and scare some neighbors.